So we're starting right back where we left last time. A layer of movement, layer of correction for these movements. I don't think I'm going to go into the another pass of correction right away. Plus also a reminder that there will be corrections on the mesh, on each individual meshes. A few parts that might be still skewed. The butt part here, I don't know if these details are going to be skewed. I might actually need to kind of like move them back to place. I know there's stuff that's interpenetrating. Not an issue. We'll deal with it when it's time. So, yep, okay, all right. Let's just continue with what we were doing, which we were taking care of below the knees. There's not much rotation to do, so it's going to be fairly easy. There's still some flexion to be done. Actually, you know what? I'm wondering if I should start by the other leg since it had more transformation. I didn't do the cut for the knee part. There we go. So for this, I'm going to save, well, first of all, remove perspective so that I'm more confident that I'm turning the thing in the right direction. And I'm going to save a morph target, but also save a zap link angle, camera angle, to be able to go back to this. Oh wait, I'm starting to feel like oh, because of the way it moved, I don't think I need to huh. Man, I think just that is enough. Okay. Ooh, I did a little mistake right there. Forgot to add a layer, but I have a morph target, so there you go. Now it's recorded on the okay, and now there was the torsion in the leg to do. There's a slight torsion in the tibia. Normally it would actually also happen in the calf. I'm just gonna try to fake it and avoid it. Let's try to twist it like this. We have the morph target anyway, in case something happens, so no worries about that. I'll fix in between the foot and this part after the fact. Let's put the feet full straight. So there's going to be corrections to do at the back here. We're going to take care of like any interpenetration later. Question is, do I want to turn the foot though? Right away, I'll do a little cheat. All right, we still need just a little bit of correction on the top here. Oh, just saying, this process of using layers and morph has made my work a lot faster this week. Gold. Perfect. All right. Some field test. That's pretty good. There we go. Now this correction here just helps to not make it look so twisted. And even try just a little bit more on the top here. Not even needed. This is the entire leg correction. There we go. And now we're 1 for 1 on this leg. Plus also we did it in a way that this time there's no like skewing or anything of the shapes. So perfect. On to the next leg. Hey, Pistol Pete. All right. Thank you for the information you found on Google. I'm not gonna get, you're not gonna catch me this time. You're not gonna get me. ultimate 3D masterpiece. All right, weird thing though is we've moved the leg, but I forgot to align the foot. And do I really want to have to go through all of that again? So a bit like last time, I'm just gonna start by masking in an area that I know is soft. Or I'll start with a kind of like a sharp mask, and then I'll blur it. But blur it with the pen, not with the button, because the pen offers us a gradient that goes over all of the meshes at once, whereas the button will just do like a procedural mask, but it's based on resolution. So if you have different meshes of different resolution, it does not blur equally. An area being soft, I'm talking about like cloth can bend correctly, but like a hard surface is not really like bendable. So it will look weird if you bend like on the metal. It will look unrealistic. Okay. And now we're bending on the other area of this two jointed knee part. I'll just start from scratch. I'm gonna hide this part so it's not influenced by the masking that I'm doing. Okay, no weird band or whatever. Same time, it was such a small movement that it would not have bent considerably. All right, foot is flat on the floor. That's good. So now this other layer is pretty much the rest of the leg put in place, which means that we're pretty much done with the like general placement of the leg without any of the corrections yet, for sure. But still, well, more than the legs, like we did the torso yesterday as well. On the torso, there's only the shoulder parts that were not fixed, but otherwise, we are all in place. Is there anything that looks off before I commit this? Commit this shape. Dorotis, hello. So I'm still looking just like at the major shapes. I'm correcting stuff that's not really making a difference, so maybe not. Hi, Pete. There we go. That's maybe worth it here. Okay. Okay, you know what? I think we're gonna go with that. All right, so collapse all layers, delete, morph target. Make sure we're not, I know polypane is activated, remove every other subtool. And then transpose master. And then we make sure there's nothing masked. Also, sometimes that helps, I think. We click on the button and we cross our fingers. Ariel, hello. Fingers crossed, everyone. Everything should work. We tested not yesterday, but the last session. But so far so good. It's really the kind of moments where like I see myself holding my breath. As I said, I feel in a way confident that it's gonna work because I tested, but I mean, I have enough bad moment happens when you use transpose master sometimes and you kind of don't forget them. But seems to work. I think we're good. This entire section is now posed without correction, of course, without the fixes. So now that we have this, I'm actually going to go ahead and save into an iteration of the ZTL. Right. Saved. Woohoo! How many polys is that? To be honest, I don't really know how to check that. I guess poly count 320 million. It's not the point count, but should give enough of an idea. Dear Lord. Yeah, well, that's why I was not able to pose her in one go. All right, so now we need to go and do the corrections. Should we do the corrections now and be able to say that we're fully done with that part, or should I place the rest first? I guess I'll. I like when I'm able to say that like I'm fully done with something. So let's go with the. Let's go with the full on corrections. It should be all right. Okay, sorry about that. Let's continue. I really doubt there was any on this part of the leg here. There's still some small stuff that can be seen, but oh wait, I still have subtools and symmetry. Oh boy, let's get rid of that before I do a. off to the dentist. I go, teeth are about to get Z-brushed. Actually, Z-brush is very present in the dental industry. Yeah, you're gonna get your polys fixed. Very good, very good. I might talk to you tonight, Pete. So I'm clearly just like pressing down and clicking on the activate symmetry. Oh, it's taking a little while, eh? Jeez. All right, so we're at the bottom of the list. We're just gonna have to make sure I did it correctly. Okay, we're gonna do another pass just to make sure. I see there's a few ones that I missed. Oh. Maybe they were not even in symmetry, so by just me like spamming the button, I just put some enabled. Every time I'm about to say so far so good, there's one that pops. There's a bunch around here. Okay, all right, we're done. It's a tedious thing, but making a mistake by keeping the symmetry open and destroying the other side can be not super cool. So, okay. This is kind of like the final pass at the same time for the quality checks and stuff, right? Thirdly, there's a lot of meshes that were in low resolution, like if their subtools disappeared. I think seams skewered around here. Okay, that's enough. So up to the thigh here. Everything's good. For this leg here, I mean. So we're gonna do the same up to here. And we're gonna do the hips, torso here. We can see that this is actually skewed. I'm gonna try to fix it by hand so it doesn't show too much. Okay. Let's do the other leg. Oh, big cheat right there. Kind of like moving this entire part. Well, that's fine. If you guys don't say anything, nobody will ever know. But if people know, then I will know it's because of you. I'll just rotate and find a better angle for this. Like this one. Okay, everything seems good around here. Good here as well. Okay, and this is where it starts to get messy. All right, cool. Realizing that there's a lot of these like small parts here that don't look really in place, or as if like their depth has changed. Yeah, there's a lot of them. Some it's actually the little pin that's been like crushed. So yeah, anything that was skewed, you can always check if you can just move it and fix it. Sometimes it's not going to be enough. Sometimes it will. See, like these are like barely skewed. This one here is a mess. It's fixed. So we're just gonna fix that part. Try to uncrush this like padding here. This one might be actually a little bit hard. I'm gonna place a layer right there. And I'm gonna go a little bit more brute force. You make quick decisions when solving problems. Is this something that comes with practice, or is there a way to train yourself? Sometimes I just see my model without knowing what to do. Oh yeah, I understand what you mean. No, it's practice. It's because I actually solved so many problems in so many ways. I would say that one way to practice though, it's to kind of like try something without necessarily knowing like the end result, but really looking at the end result and telling yourself, okay, what happened there? Like, am I happy with the results? Could I have done better? Then you try like another technique, and then you see the pros and cons of like two techniques, and by the end of it, you're at like 4 or 5 ways to fix a problem, and you know like, oh, this one's gonna do this one's gonna do that, this one's good for cloth because it doesn't really matter what bends, this one is better for like hard surface because it keeps everything intact, and you even learn how to mix and match it, and by the end you kind of like by second nature you just know to go in a certain direction, and you trust that the answer is there somewhere, and you know what's kind of like a destructive technique and how to protect yourself from destructive techniques like keeping a layer or morph target so that you go back if you made a mistake, that sort of stuff, and having like those like safety nets, like ways that you know that like you can come back, well, it gives you just like a bit more confidence to try to be a bit more like aggressive or go forward, let's say, with trying a technique. I don't know, was I able to answer that question correctly? It feels like we just fixed the padding. All right, good, awesome. There we go. That's some good fixing right there. Look at that, eh? It almost looks like I've been doing this for 15 years. All right, looks good. Looks good. Now on to let's go and fix the same material. Since it's just like a repeat of the same technique, it stays fresh in my head. I don't think I'm going to need a morph target for this part here. Okay, so it's a good low-level pass. Let's put the resolution a bit higher. But this also green just as a reminder, do not forget to clean this part. Still going to continue with this though. All right, so now we just need to redraw the seam. There we go, good enough. I think this piece here, the issue was just that I didn't sculpt enough, far enough. Okay, all good. Things here look good. All right. Okay, we'll save. We'll just need to fix the back part here, and I think we'll be done with the polishing of this portion of the posing. All right. Just you saying, I think it will be a good idea spending some time doing projects only in ZBrush and render in Photoshop and work on those points to mention. As you mentioned, to have mental solutions tools. Yeah, especially to know what you're looking for when you're doing a render. It kind of like having to do it by hand with composition kind of like helps in understanding like the parts of a renderer that like makes it look good in a sense, or at least some of it. No? I know I learned a lot. Okay, let's start by the things that should not have been skewed, like the circle here. The strap here. So as you can see, the strap has widened. We can try to fix that by hand. What push comes to shove, push comes to shove, we can always just like take the strap from before the pose and place it back. But it's not a stretch to fix it by hand either. We can also like try to go pretty rough with it, like lower its resolution, isolate it, and ask it to kind of like polish itself. Or maybe smooth directional. All right, that's as good as it's going to be. Now there was kind of like a step that maybe should have been done before. We're just going to make sure that the shape of this butt cheek actually is the way we want, because I might want to just work on the volume a little bit. In terms of other stretching and whatnot, everything seems to be good. Just going to remove the strap just for this exercise here. I think just that was already good. Now I kind of like intentionally destroyed the details around it because I saved a, well, I didn't save the morph target, but I saved the layer though. So what I'll do now is I'll go and try to fix the details. Okay, so this one, pretty hard to fix without fucking up the details. I think I'm not gonna have much choice but to redo some details and fix the surface by polishing it instead of smoothing it. Actually take a material that's even shinier. Too strong. It's like a flatness in the surface here that's bothering me. I shouldn't waste too much time on it because it's part of it's under the strap, so it's not like super visible. But oh, it wasn't directional. That's why I was not taking any effect. This detail, we're just gonna completely delete it and redo it. It's just insane to fight against it. Yeah, so it's like the fixing of things. And that's the fixing since the start, which is basically just like trying to get rid of that line in the middle here. Plus a bit of like the shape here. That was a bit too droopy for my taste. All right, that's good. Cool. That's it. Yo, what are you working on? Sci-fi cheeks. Yep, knew it. How many years have you spent on this so far? How many years have I spent on this model? I don't remember. I think it's a little bit more than a year. It's working 2 hours per week on it. Doesn't really get you super far, but slowly but surely, and we're at the end. Forgot to remove a few of the Stormorph targets. Do I have any other morph targets? No, I think I got them all. Great job on staying consistent. Thank you. Thank you. Plans to animate it? No, not really. Maybe. We'll see. It's not really like I tested it for animation before doing anything, so it might not have like a big range for animation. There we go. So what is green is what I will be posing on the next stream. I actually could try to place the head real quick. This way we'll just have the arms to pose. Yeah, let's do the head real quick. So for that, I'm not even going to use Transpose Master. I'm going to just use the gizmo. I'm going to have the real head fully placed. Fully visible, I mean, sorry. I'm going to use a little trick. I'm actually going to go into the gizmo tool. I'm going to reset it. I'm going to place it on the actual head. It's already in the center, so we're good. Lock it. Click to move everything that it sees. But I'm on this subtool, right? So if I actually mask everything on this subtool, the gizmo will only move the head. I'll check the chat real quick. I just want to have this figured out. I would rather use a transposed line, to be honest, to do this, but can't really. We're almost there. I think we can pretty much just call it done. Okay. The one thing we're going to do if we did that is to fix the neck. And I made sure that the neck is not too complex. It's just one subtool. It will kind of be easy to fake. But let's remove the rest of this here. Okay. I'm sure it can be broken down for animation, no problem. Going to be one hell of a portfolio piece. Yeah, if it moves, I mean, anything that moves, it makes it like so much cooler. I tried. I had like personal project recently that was more of a simple project. It's just like a devil dude, and like I made him like in a pose and everything. It's going to be printable and whatnot. But the guy in T stance, I just made a test where I kind of like did like an auto rig, and I tried to polish it a little bit though. But anyways, I kind of rigged a model and I chose an animation that was fitting from Mixamo, put it in Unreal, and I was pretty happy with the results because by itself the character is very simple, but just adding the animation just makes it look like so much cooler, so much more alive and stuff. All right, back to Transpose Master. And there we go, we have the neck. Oh yeah, that's true. There was like this piece that wait, the fuck's happening here? Why is there meshes that don't have any resolution? All right, now we're gonna do a full-on cheat. Full on. Actually going to slice that mesh at a different place than the other side. This is like the ultimate cheat because it's going to mean that one side is not the same as the other, but we're just doing that for the pose. Just so that it feels that there's a little bit of space in there. See if you compare. This one's sliced earlier. But you know what? Doesn't matter. Won't be noticed. If ever I was to animate this character, it would be on the T-pose character that's everything fits correctly and it's all good. I'm still gonna keep the layer on this mesh just yeah. So because there was a bunch of objects with no resolution, I'm just gonna do a quick check around, see if there was any other mesh like that, especially around the head. Yeah, there's one here. Here as well. This one's too. And I think that the under the bottom part we've checked enough. I think we're good with that. So there we go. All right. So we'll just have the real arms to place. And that's it. There will maybe be the base to bring it a little bit more down because I did change the feet position. Or I could change them now, actually. Okay, let me just save this as the final file for the moment. So placing the arms is still going to be somewhat complex. A lot of the arms have very slight movements. Some, like the two at the front, though, they have like torsion around the biceps. There's also like fingers to move. This can take a little while. For the ones at the back, there might be some additional correction to do where they plug. So it might be another session or two to really finish the posing. Yeah. Okay, so let's open the podium mesh. We're going to insert a mesh here because the feet are not placed correctly now. There we go. Now you go down to here. There you go. Save this as well. All right, there we go. So we're done for today. So we have the legs fully placed. Gives you an idea of how much time it takes for those things, but it's doable. It's not witchcraft. No, it's just being careful with like what you do and that sort of stuff. Anyway, I hope that was useful. Basically, by showing this portion, you've counting the session from before, you pretty much have the complete method, right? Because the arms is going to be rinse and repeat, so nothing really new there. But yeah, and it's man, I mean, just remember how it looked before we did the pose. It didn't have like this much character, even just with like a simple pose. So yeah, that's pretty good. Cool. We're done. We're done. So I'm going to be available. I'm probably going to be able to finish this character before I take any vacation or whatnot. So there's not going to be much interruption before I actually finish the character. And once I'm finished with the character, like I said, I'm going to revisit the format of how I do those things. But I'm going to try to continue them because yeah, it's nice to connect with people once in a while. So so yeah, I'll do that. Hope you had a good time, and I will see you in 2 weeks. Take care, everyone.